When Marshall decided to runaway journey into Jake's mountain, a lot of questions plagued his mind. Well, most of them were about a paw patrol or whether or not it's right to abandon his duties like that, while also abandoning the people who depend on him. He also wondered if his friends really did hate him, or it's just the heat of the moment. Plus, they're his parents. He could have gone to them easily or even asked Ryder to just go home, but he felt too ashamed to face his parents as a failure. But I suggest the question that was on Marshall's mind at the moment was if he made a wrong turn somewhere. The mountain area he was traveling in was unfamiliar to him, and he had been on this mountain a lot in the past. Great. Another thing I'm not good at, following the stupid road. He turned to his left and saw the glowing storm in the distance, which made his tail shiver. If he didn't find Jake soon, he was going to have a holdout against the storm. Maybe I should call Ryder. Maybe this was such a good idea. I meant facing the consequences for his actions and his former friends, but Marshall knew it's smarter than ending up in the middle of a storm with no protection. Just he was about to press his dog tag, aghast upon seeing a family of bunnies hopping in his truckway. Whoa, look out! Turning the truck to the right, Marshall and his truck flew off the path and going downhill. Sharp rocks scattered everywhere as Marshall bumped and jerked in his seat, doing his best not to get motion sick. He tried pressing the brakes, but the bridge is too steep. I like rocky roads, but this is ridiculous. Marshall then grasped what he saw the hill was leading him to, a deep cliff with one-way ticket to puppy heaven. He tried pressing the brakes again, but they refused to budge. Marshall's scream echoed in the valley as the fire truck reached the edge and began plummeting to his doom. Without thinking, he cried out, "Ah! Ladder!" His ladder opened from behind, and Marshall turned around, jumping on it as it continued to extend while climbing up as fast as he could. When he reached the end, he jumped as high as he could and grabbed the ledge of the cliff, saving him in the nick of the time too. Grunting, he climbed up and lay on his back, painting over and over again. That was too close. Marshall's heart sank as he opened his eyes and carefully peered over the cliff. He whimpered upon seeing his prized fire truck smash and get on fire. Even worse was everything he owned was down there. His food, clothing, gear, all Marshall's had with him. Now was his collar. I really did it this time. How could this be any worse? Of course. Like any pilot, Skye hated flying in rough weather. Still, she's a professional and wouldn't let herself get hold back on her mission to find Marshall. Skye never told anyone, but she used to have a crush on Marshall when she first met him. Thought was until she thought they were better off as friends. Marshall was nice, but he wasn't a boyfriend material for her. Although, if a girl institution was correct, she suspected Everest might have been a thing to him. Instead, she decided to set her eyes on somebody else. Skye sighed as she glanced down on the road below her. Chase in his spy mobile, all focused on one thing: finding his best friend. Chase's expression told everyone that he's worried the most. The fact he even completely dropped his professional attitude, screaming at himself while crying for his best friend. Show him how much he really regretted his hateful words at Marshall. Not that Skye didn't regret her decisions either, especially after what Marshall did for her at one time against some troubling in her past. While the pups free to do whatever they want, within reason, Sunday was patrol day. That's the day rather split the group of 3 teams of 2 to watch any dangers or emergencies. However, due to late night rescue that required all the Paw Patrols except Skye and Marshall, only one group was out today. The rest had been given the option to sleep in. Even Chase, who's normally loved patrol day. While the pups were and so geared up in their pup packs, the duo head out to do their weekly patrol. Skye actually tried to remember at that time when she hung out with the Paw Patrol with only Marshall, but couldn't recall. The only 2 pups she ever won out was alone with Chase, of course, of reasons. And Zuma because she saw him as her brother, even if she was shorter than him. So, what do you want to do? Check out the farms, the beach, the playground? Thinking about... Think about Chase again, huh? Maybe. No, I don't know why you don't tell him. I'm sure he'll accept. But he doesn't seem to notice me like, a girl. I mean, he always been so serious about being a police dog that he'd probably be too focused on that to even like me the most. Oh, jeez. What? Nothing. Hey, what's that? Oh, it's one of the additional dog beauties of USA. Hey, didn't you used to be a model? Kinda. You see, my entire family is in a dog modeling business. My sisters are huge stars in Europe, and my mother and my dad were big back in their day. They're retired now. I used to do it, but I realized it wasn't for me. So I decided I wanted to go flying. So what happened? Well, okay. One day I saw a small plane and I got inside. I accidentally achieved it, but I was able to control it. I spotted a fire in a building with a mother and her babies on a roof. I landed and got them to safety. My exploits were reported on TV. Rather soon contact me and ask if I wanted to be a part of a Paw Patrol. It took me all day to convince my parents, but they did let me go. Oh. That's very interesting. Do you want to check it out? Nah, I wasn't close to anyone. Let's just continue with... Oh my gosh, Tina, look who it is! What?
Tina? What are you doing here? Well, look like we have here. It's our good old pal Skye.
Wait, you know them, Skye?
Oh, we know her alright. I'm Tina, this is Babe. We used to be best friends. Am I right, Skye Cry? Well, leave me alone. What was that, your little crybaby? I said leave me alone. And don't freaking call me that. I don't want to be a scaredy pup anymore. Okay, Ish. Has Skye never tell you how bad she was in the model?
No, she never told me nothing about her past. But she told me everything how she became a Skye pup.
Oh. Only because you pushed me. And you were bullying me around. You can't prove anything. I see your sense of style and only has gotten worse. Look what you're wearing. This is my wing gear. I'm a member of Paw Patrol. I'm a rescue pup. I do far more good in the world than you two furfoo ever do. Oh, please. You? In Paw Patrol? I bet you were just a servant or something. There's no way they could make a crybaby like you, Skye Cry.
Hey, you're wrong. She's our friend. And she's one of the best flyers I've ever seen. You know, Skye has saved so many people with her flying skills that we couldn't do half of our own rescues without her. She's also brave, smart, graceful, and talented, and fun to hang out with. A lot less than I could ever say for you two ugly, sassy doggies.
Hey, watch it, you fireboy. We happen to have the top of 2 models in our industries.
Well, then the industry stinks and gets sucked. If you two were actually beautiful, this guy has a beautiful spirit. That's more important than any makeup, dresses, or jewelry to wear.
Marshall? What are you, her boyfriend? No, I'm basically his friend. We're just friends.
Yeah, we're just friends. I'm basically her friend. I felt leads to do this, but you didn't leave me no choice. Water Canyon. Skye watched Marshall Water Canyon come out with a pep pack and spray her 2 sassy bullies with ice cold water, and too scared in a fury and despair as the water ruined her perfect appearance. They did run away, calling it for assistance while crying like miniature puppies who get completely soaked and wet by stand-ups people. Skye and Marshall laughed as they saw the whole thing. The former watching, she had a camera to record this and put it online. It would be perfect revenge against those two for everything they had done for her. But this was enough for now.
That's awesome. And thanks for standing up for me, Marshall.
That's what friends do. They look out for each other. Especially they had to help out people who has been treated the most by any kind of a jerks. Let's continue with the patrol, shall we?
Sure. Let's do it.
Marshall helped her deals with her old sassy bullies. She replied them by bullying him back with the others. She felt unworthy being his friend. It's where she would do everything she could to bring her friend home. She glanced down at what she saw Chase and found him stopping in the middle of the road. As her communicator tag, she called Chase.
Did you find something, Chase?
Yeah, I found a bunch of tracks. Smells like Marshall's tracks.
Really? That's great. Ryder, we found tracks of Marshall's fire truck.
Great work, pups. We'll try to head up to your location, but the storm is getting really rough. Hang tight until we get there. But Ryder, we need to find Marshall. He could be miles ahead. Anytime we waste any of the chances of finding him. And if that happens, if you get lost in the storm as well, especially if we could do this together. I can at least use my drone, that way I can stay on a search and stay put.
I'll be with him at all time, Ryder. Don't worry.
Well, alright. Just be careful, Ryder out. Good luck, Chase. Super Spy Chase is on the case. Drone! As Skye came down for a landing, she saw a drone fly out and Skye in the direction of the tracks. Landing down, she rushed over to Chase, being mindful of the rain. She saw him concentrate on the drone screen. She didn't say anything as Chase concentrated, but she could see the worry in his eyes. Come on, Marshall. You had to be here somewhere. I must find him. I have to find him.
Chase? We'll find him. I promise.
Marshall normally liked being wet, but not this kind of rain wet. After a grueling climb, the poor pup was forced to brave the mountain through the harsh storm. He was almost at Jake's mountain by the sight of a winter frost, back in a few miles away. Still, he needed a place to rest and wait for the storm to calm down. He tried contacting for help, but his type was damaged from the fall he took. Even if he wanted to call for help, which he did, but he couldn't. I need to find someplace to rest. Oh God, it's so freaking cold. Oh God. What? A cave? Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, finally. Whew. Okay, what do we leave? A cave. Ooh. Well, where am I? A place where I can rest at. Besides, it's really big. I wonder if this is used to be by somebody at one time. Oh, a bit. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm tired. I need rest. The events of the day were finally hitting Marshall as he felt his sore body start to shiver again, and his stomach growl. He has no food, no clothing to keep him warm. He was alone. Alone. For, I don't know, so long, or was it? He's alone. I don't like being alone. Why this is always happens. Every time I always make things a little bit difficult. Especially I just feel like the loneliness just keeps surrounding me. I feel like I got nothing else to keep things more cool to it at any time. It's no wonder. How does it feel like to be alone? It's like the people you had nothing else to do in life. Instead, you decided to just like run away. Maybe that's how it felt like. To make things a little bit more difficult. But what's the point? My life, it's really difficult for being alone. I'll always be with somebody. But not this. This is like the opposite. It just had no reason. How does it feel like to keep things more simple? I feel like maybe this is how it is. But I just didn't know it yet. I always don't know when I'm gonna find my way back. Or get to Jake's. I want my parents. I want Ryder, my friends. I want them so much. I just want to go home. I wish I wanted to be back home, curled up with my best friend by the fire, and I wanted Ryder to give me my own teddy bear. I always keep me warm.